when I was just started opening my practice up to very young kids, and as I said, I had all these characters and toys and things that looked like a sperm and an egg and conceptus and a little chickie inside and a chickie coming outside and a baby and all these kinds of things that a child could come in and go over, pull out, and we could start playing with them. Or a tunnel game, or, and we would let the kids, and my intention was that early experiences may be part of what they need help with in what they're dealing with today. And that whatever they do is meaningful, and I'm going to follow and reflect and help whatever is not been able to complete or express itself or be met. So one of my first little boys was a little boy who came in who had the parents had gone through an open adoption. He was now 13 months old and he wasn't attaching. And if he had any distress, he would really disassociate and stop himself from crying and just stare. And they knew he needed help. And these were great parents, and he just didn't show any real mutuality with them. So they came, the father and mother and this little 13-month-old toddler came toddling in the room. Parents went over, sat on the couch. The little boy immediately to the toys. Picks out a toy, puts it in the middle of the floor. Picks another toy, puts it in the middle of the floor. And the first toy was what we would call a Marilyn Monroe little figurine. Marilyn, like this, in a black dress with her hair. And I'm a new therapist at this, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm supposed to know what this means. I have no idea. Did he see a Marilyn Monroe movie? He's only 13 months, Is this intergenerational? who knows? And I didn't know. I had no clue. So the second toy was a little mommy bunny, baby bunny in a stroller. So that one I thought, okay, something about, mommy, baby. Good. So I had no idea what the first one was about. Later in the session, I asked the parents, do you have a scrapbook? It was an open adoption. The parents came, gave birth. The four of them took care of the baby the first 2 weeks. Then they went and legally got all the papers signed, and the biological parents left at two weeks of age. I said, do you have a scrapbook of this? And they said, yes, we're waiting till he gets older. And I said, well, in my viewpoint, it's never too early to show them and talk to them about what happened. Would it be all right if you bring it in? And they said, okay. And we talk about it with him. And so they brought it in, opening the pages. And I probably gasped because there was a photo that looked exactly like the Marilyn Monroe doll. Blonde hair, same black dress with a white collar, with this kind of a stance. And I put them next to each other and I went, oh my goodness. It was his birth mother and the way she was dressed and the photo that was taken the day she left when he was 2 weeks old. So think of this. Here's our intention that we're going to help him with issues of the heart that were too painful to even have his heart open anymore. And he comes in and shows us out of 300 to 400 toys. Some part of his consciousness knew, this is where I'm at. I can't get past this. I need help with this. And I had so many experiences like that, but with this one, I went, oh my God, the integrity of our beingness. This is so real. He was 2 weeks old, and he has memory of that and this brokenheartedness about it. And that his consciousness had the integrity in that primary knowing and took it out at 13 months. So another part, he taught me so much. Another part was he would take a baby and throw it away. Take it and throw it away. Give me baby, throw it away. And I'd say, oh, I'm so sorry, that baby got thrown away. So I'm going to just tell kind of the essence of it. He hurt his arm. It was broken. And I could tell he was disassociated from it. Didn't want anything about it. Another hurt, another dissociation. All I said at the end of the session was, I'm so sorry you got hurt. He came back the next week. Give me baby. And I said, oh, give me baby. This baby needs a lot of love. This baby got, he said, hurt. It was the first time he just kind of said anything about his feelings. Hurt. I said, oh, this baby got hurt. This baby needs a lot of love. And for the first time, he says, give me baby. And he shows empathy for himself. He says, oh, baby, you got hurt. I'm sorry. And the next moment, he said something that I didn't get. His mother and I did not understand. We misinterpreted it because I never could have imagined what was possible. Luckily, I had videotaped that session because I went back because he was open, he was expressing, he was not dissociated the following week. He was much more in himself. And so I went back and watched the whole film. And at that moment, give me baby, so sorry. He turned to his mother and he said, I want to wake up now. I want the baby to wake up now. And he did. He was emotionally connected the following week, and he was dealing with what he needed to deal with. And again, I never could have imagined that was possible. That he made a conscious choice. He finally could take in our empathy, our caring, our, being with him with this baby, that he could show it to himself, and that he could make a life choice of healing. It was remarkable. So that's an example, and I have many, many, many more, and many of us doing the therapy have those kinds of interactions with kids. And at the heart of it is, we used to believe, because, and parents hearing a story like this is, why do you have to talk to them about any of that difficult stuff back then? They don't have memory of it. That's been our traditional way. We want to protect them from difficult things. And so we always thought, well, they don't have any memory of it. But what we know is that does not work. That from what we've learned from pre and perinatal therapies, thousands and thousands of people, is that it's actually the opposite. We need our story. We need to know what happened. We need to kind of have that narrative and complete it and have our feelings expressed and hear more about it and make sense of it to heal and to come into a new place.